Hello and welcome to Gardening with Ben, your go-to podcast for all things green and growing. I'm Ben, your allotment guide, and here to help you cultivate your garden and your passion for plants. Whether you're a seasoned gardener or just starting out, this podcast is for you. Each episode will dig into tips, tricks and techniques to make your garden and allotment thrive. From planting, sowing and growing, we will share all the tips and advice. We will also have regular episodes talking about what we have been up to on the allotment. So sit back, grab a brew and enjoy today's episode. Hello everyone and welcome back to Gardening with Ben for a brand new episode this week. It's been a few days since our last episode, as we have been extremely busy, and when I say extremely busy, we have got big plans happening. And yeah, I am sort of in the middle of sorting everything out regarding Gardening with Ben, and that means sorting out all my website. I've got a brand new website coming. I'm sorting out all my YouTube channel, and I'm sorting out all my podcast channel. So I'm really busy at the moment with getting everything sorted and back in order, starting with getting everything looking good and hopefully fetching out more and more content for you. And if you've not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do subscribe to it, Gardening with Ben. I've put on a load of new videos on there, and there's going to be so much content coming on a regular basis for you to watch as well. So if you enjoy listening to these podcasts, why not check my YouTube channel out, and you can check out all my videos as well. You can see me face. But yeah, I hope that you can have a look and see all my videos on there. And yeah, I'm trying to get it monetized, so obviously the more views the better, really, in that sense. And I just want to say hello to India. And the reason why I want to say hello to India is because I get stats on my podcast, and it's number one in the Home and Garden channel in India. Gardening with Ben is getting out there. So yeah, thank you for everybody that listens in India and the rest of the world. It's amazing. I do love seeing the stats and seeing where everybody listens to these podcasts. So thank you for that. So what else have we been up to recently? But like I said, I've been recording lots and lots of videos at the moment. We're going to be getting so many videos out there at the moment for you all to watch. And I'm going to start doing a little series on tips and advice on starting up an allotment, starting it up from scratch, and the best tips and advice for doing an allotment. Obviously, I do make mistakes myself. I get told about mistakes, what I'm doing, but it's all part of the learning process, and I love sharing everything that I'm doing with you all, in whether it be in the podcasts or whether it be on my YouTube channel. So stay tuned for all that. So this week we have been down at my allotment today. It's been threatening with rain, but we managed to get some stuff done down there. We've been doing some weeding. We've been sorting out all of my pumpkins, which I'm going to talk about in another episode on how to look after your pumpkins and how to get big pumpkins. So stay tuned for that episode coming up. We've been sorting out deheading roses, because obviously it's their diet, you need to keep them deheaded. And yeah, we've been checking on our seeds because we've got a lot of seeds growing at the moment. You'll have seen in my previous videos that we have started some late June seeds off. We've started some peas off, we started some dwarf beans off, we started some beetroot off, some lettuce off, some sweet corn off, some turnips off, and some radish off. So yeah, we've got lots of seeds growing. And the reason why I've done so many seeds is because some of it has failed. My cucumbers, I've only got 5 plants growing. So I wanted some more cucumbers growing, and now I've got 50 plants growing. So yeah, we may be inundated with cucumbers, but stay tuned for that. That will be epic if we have 50 plants growing. My polytunnel won't know what to do with how many plants we've got growing of cucumbers. I hope everybody likes cucumber and onion vinegar. I know I do, but we'll be having them on as eyes for making us healthy. We'll be having them in water to drink. We'll be having cucumbers for everything. But yeah, stay tuned for that. So we've got all them growing. Also, my sweet corn plants, we have got some healthy sweet corn plants outside, which are growing quite tall. They're doing really well, but I've not got enough of them. So I planted a load more sweet corn plants to hopefully get some good plants growing. And lots of sweet corn. You can't beat having delicious sweet corn down on the allotment. And that is one of the most favourite things that I'm growing at the moment. But I'm having a few issues down there at the plot at the moment. Obviously, I have trouble with the bindweed down there. The bindweed just grows everywhere. That keeps me so busy all the time, just clearing it back, cutting it down, getting the roots out, keeping on top of it, and trying to get it all cleared. And we've also got an issue with my plum tree. My plum tree looks like it's dying off at the moment, which is not a good sign. I really don't know what's up with it. I hope that it's just a blip and hopefully it comes back to life, whether it's not getting enough water. I don't know. But I imagine it is getting enough water because it's been so wet here in the UK at the moment. But we'll see. We'll see how we get on and see if we can get the tree back to life again. But everything else is coming along good. We've got us lettuce nearly ready for picking. We've got blueberries that are starting to turn blue. We're starting to pick strawberries off. I shared a picture of that, of my first strawberry that I picked off. And also I've got some more stuff coming for my allotment. We've just put 2 new bird baths on my allotment as well. I'm going to be sharing a video on them as well soon. I bought 2 bird baths for my allotment to encourage the birds to have a swim, have a drink, and just come and chill out on my allotment. And if it gets too hot, they might want to have a little dip. But yeah, I bought 2 bird baths. And like I always say, everything from my podcast goes back to my allotment and stuff like that. I invest it all back so that you can all see where it's all going. So yes, I know there's a few little adverts here and there, but it all goes towards paying for my allotment and pays for this podcast. So I hope that you carry on listening to these podcasts. Hopefully, we're going to be getting quite a few episodes out over the next few days. But yeah, I've got an exciting time coming up on Friday, and I'm off to BBC Gardeners World Live. If you remember last year, I went for the first time last year at Birmingham Indoor Arena, and it was absolutely huge. I did not realise it was going to be that big. It's more than a day's visit there. You could go there for a couple of days. It's absolutely massive. And as well as the BBC Gardeners World, there's BBC Good Food as well. So there's all food stalls as well, which is absolutely fantastic. And I just love tasting everything as you're going around and just trying all the different foods there. And obviously also meeting all the gardening influencers, the gardening businesses down there at BBC Gardeners World. And if I can get some free samples off people, I will do. I'll give them a little plug here and there on my videos and on here. But yeah, it is good to see, and it's absolutely phenomenal. And some of the times I probably wouldn't even recognise if there was a famous person there half of the time. It's hard to recognise people in the face sometimes. I did get a few people coming up to me saying, "Oh, you're gardening with Ben," last year. So if you are there on Friday, if you're in the UK at BBC Gardeners World Live, come and say hello to me. I am 6'5", so I'll stand out from the crowd and you'll be able to see me, and it will be good to meet you. And hopefully have a look at some of the fantastic gardens around there and get some ideas for my own plot, as well as maybe purchasing some plants for down at the allotment, and hopefully sharing some advice with other people as well there. So, like I say, we have been busy over these last few days with everything that's going off. I am going to be doing a few podcast episodes. I'm going to record a few in advance, so hopefully I'll have a few for the next few days to listen to, and I hope that you enjoy them. If this is the first time of you listening to the podcast, please do give it a like, give it a follow, and click the subscribe button. And if there's a bell, click a bell and you'll get a notification when new podcasts come up. And if you can, share it to a friend or two or enjoys gardening themselves, or if they're out there learning new gardening skills, feel free to share it to them, because the more people that listen, the more podcasts we will keep doing. So until next time, everyone, remember, keep smiling, keep shining, and keep gardening with Ben, everyone. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Gardening with Ben. I hope you have found some useful tips and inspiration for your own gardening and allotment journey. If you have enjoyed today's episode, please make sure to follow and subscribe to the podcast so you never miss a new episode. And if you have a moment, I'd love for you to leave a review and share the podcast with fellow gardening enthusiasts. Your support helps us grow this community and continue bringing you great content. You can also follow us on social media on every platform called Gardening with Ben for daily gardening tips and updates. Happy gardening, and until next time, remember, keep smiling, keep shining, and keep gardening with